Hi, and welcome back to the Spare Room Convos Podcast. We're the place for you to give you all a recap on trending news, pop culture news, entertainment news, stuff like that. I am Brendan Ford, and I'm with the awesome and forever beautiful Brooke.
Hey, guys.
So we have a pretty good lineup today. We got some Taylor Swift news, a Michael Oher story,
Yes.
Of course, some X, aka Twitter news, because something is always happening with Elon Musk and that app. We have an update on the Hawaii fires, and then just some one-off news about TV shows that you all should be watching because they are good stuff.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Well, I'm trying out a new intro here.
Yes.
Usually we have a lot of fluff in the beginning.
So we're getting it going.
Yeah, we're just going right to it.
We're here for you right now.
We are.
To go.
We are. So starting us off for this week, Taylor Swift has made the headlines again, not for any songs coming out per se, but it's related to her music.
Yes. So Taylor Swift, she has come out, announced that she's going to have a re-recording of one of her albums, but that's not the news we want to be talking about here right now. Swiftie here now. But Taylor Swift had rejected the Super Bowl halftime performance, supposedly. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I'm actually kind of surprised. I think it would be an iconic performance.
Yeah. If
she did perform. But I guess we were doing research, and I guess they don't get paid for the perform or something like that, which is kind of hard to believe. Is that I don't know if that's true. So if you're listening to this and if you want to correct us, hop in the YouTube comments or whatever you see this at and tell us. But so I guess it's not really surprising that she did that she doesn't want to perform. Because if you don't get paid, and if she's I'm busy, and she's been going on tour for all of this year, right? And then she's going on tour again next year too. Yeah. So she's screw it.
Right. And it's weird that they don't get paid, which it doesn't make sense, but a bunch of people kept saying oh, it's just for publicity for that person supposedly, and they're Taylor Swift doesn't need that, which is true. She has a million concerts going on right now, but also I'm not surprised by her saying no, because the Super Bowl obviously is for football essentially. She's would just be the halftime show, but she's selling out these stadiums 3 nights in a row anyways, so she's probably I don't really have time for this.
Yeah, that's
either.
True.
So,
well, that's true, because you have to probably prepare for it for a good amount of time. And if she's going on tour this year, is she going on tour for end of this year?
Yeah, so her first leg of the U.S. tour just ended a week or two ago, I think, and then now she's gonna be traveling worldwide, technically, different countries. She's going to South America and Europe.
Is that for the rest of this year though? Because the point I'm trying to make is Super Bowl is in February, so she would probably have to start rehearsing. I don't know what their sequence is but you would think they'll start preparing for it at least a month or two before the actual game.
I think so. I think it goes for the rest of this year into next year, because then. News for everybody. I get to go and see Taylor Swift.
Well, that's not until October or something, right? Or November?
November next year. But I think it all connects.
Yeah. Well, maybe she's just tired too. She's I don't want to do that.
That's facts thing. Too. Girl need a break.
Yeah, she's I don't want to deal with that extra stress and whatever. So, I would do the same thing. But it would have been cool this year, because she is having a massive year.
Right.
Or a massive 2 years. I feel ever since she's been recreating her old albums, I feel it's been caught on fire again.
For sure.
And she's probably the most popular artist out right now.
For sure.
I feel it's just Taylor Swift stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
So it probably would have added on to that the chaos
of everything. Yeah, for sure.
Which would have been cool to see, but I feel it she's I just need a break. I don't want to do it.
For sure. I agree.
So Taylor Swift does not want to do the Super Bowl. That's fine. It's whatever. But it would have been cool to see.
For sure.
What's not cool to see Yeah, the story came out about Michael Oher and the movie The Blind Side, which came out like 14 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess he came out and said that he wasn't making any money from it. And I don't know like what now just sparked that. I mean, not to put him in like the blame, but if I did something 14 years ago and I wasn't getting a paycheck from it, I'd be like, what's going on here? Especially when it's a blockbuster movie. Like, that movie accrued $300 million when it came out, and I'm sure like royalties are still happening because it's still getting played on cable and
it's a great
probably
movie.
it's probably sitting on some streaming service right now. I'm not sure where.
Yeah.
Because there's like 5 billion of them now. But yeah, it sounds like he wasn't getting paid and kind of got duped from his adopted family, which is not, I guess they didn't really adopt him or something like that.
So, yeah, supposedly they, like, never adopted him, so they made him sign a document making the Tuohys, like, they're his conservators, if I'm saying that right?
Yeah.
And so they're basically just, like, he gave them legal authority to, like, use his name for business, essentially. But he said that he was told that they were going to be technically like adoptive parents. Like, it's basically the same, just like in legal terms, but like it's not like he's never been a legal member of their family.
So the whole movie, well, I guess not the whole movie, but like, of course they would, fictionalize some of it, like the story, because it is a movie.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's kind of shocking to me. So, I guess it makes sense, because then isn't the real story that he joined their family or whatever when he was 18 or something, so they couldn't really adopt him?
Yeah, so like that's how he was like in the movie too. Like he was like
he was already 18 in like the movie?
He was gonna be, I think so. Like he was gonna be old enough to be like a legal adult anyways, but they still like adopted him somehow or something like that. I don't know.
Gotcha. Maybe I don't know enough about the adoption rules.
Yeah, in this country. No, either.
That's funny. Okay, so he signs a paper giving them like a conservatorship, whatever, so they can make business decisions on his behalf. Mm-hmm. And I heard on like the radio, I think it was radio, that he was like when they were making the movie, he wasn't really involved. Like Michael Oher wasn't really involved, but like the parents were. So like maybe they were like pulling strings during the movies, like do this, do that.
Probably to like make the story like fit for them, because like they have like some sort of foundation too that they're like making money off of from this too. And yeah, back to the point too about like the money. Maybe he just was like blind to it, thinking like he didn't get any money from it. But like I read that each one of the family members, including like the siblings, were making like $250K from the movie, and then they get like the royalties from the movie as well. So it's just kind of crazy that like he got nothing. But so I think it's coming out more now, because I read that supposedly he didn't find out about like the money until like February of this year.
See, that's what's wild to me. Like, how do you not? Right. I guess he was in the NFL, so maybe he was just like wasn't paying attention to it or something, but like no one on his team brought up anything. Like I know he has like a management team or something. None of them are like, we haven't got like a check from that movie like ever. Isn't that kind of odd? Yeah. And when you said that the siblings or all the family members got paid $250K.
Like, so everyone, the mom and the dad and the two siblings each got that, plus they get the royalties.
I was going to say that number seemed low, but when you think about it, they didn't do shit. Like, they were just, they didn't have to do anything. Like, they just, I forget whoever, like, made, like, the movie, like, what, like, company, but they just made the movie about their, like, lives. Like, okay, here's $250,000 each. So I guess it's like, okay, that's pretty. I mean, if someone made a movie of my life and gave me $250K, I'd be like, that's probably the easiest paycheck I ever got in my damn life.
Right, exactly.
I wonder what's going to happen, like, moving forward, because how do you, like, so. Yeah,
I was going to read, so this is from just ESPN, so not sure how exactly
it's probably
accurate everything is, but
more
probably
credible.
Pretty accurate. Yeah. But It says that Oher's petition, because they're going to court for this. Like, so his petition asks the court to end the Tuohy's conservatorship and to issue an injunction barring them from using his name and any other likeness. It also seeks a full accounting of the money that the Tuohy's earned using Oher's name and have the couple pay him his fair share of profits as well as unspecified compensatory and punitive damages. So he's going to get that back from them, I think.
What if they just like fight back though? Like I
mean, they might. I saw also that the dad, I can't remember his name, but apparently he spoke out and he said that, like, I can't believe, like, he would say that we're making money off his name. Like, we love him. Like, he's, like, 37 or something right now. And he's like, we're still going to love him the same way we did when he was, like, 17 or 16 or whatever. So, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't know. News is news and we never know everything. We hear all the sides and it's kind of hard, but I mean, I guess that's left up to the court now to decide everything, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wonder how this thing will get settled. And aside from, you know, I guess it's kind of part of the news. I'm actually pretty disappointed that this story isn't as, I don't know, like honest.
Right.
As it should be. Like, because the movie was, like, a really good, like, movie. It's a really good story of a guy with a tough, like, upbringing.
Right.
He gets brought into a family and kind of redirects his life. And he went to the NFL, right?
Yeah.
Almost like a fairy tale story. So that's how I probably should have known that something with the story was, like, messed up. Because nothing's ever too good. Right. Like, something had to be, like, messed up. It was too good to be like true type thing. But no, I'm pretty disappointed about that though. I wish it wasn't. I mean, if this is true, right? If he really just got like screwed over, like that sucks, and it kind of just taints the whole like movie for me, honestly, because it's like, oh, it's not that good of a story. Like we know the story is kind of like behind the scenes. What's going on with the actual family is some messed up stuff going on.
Right, I know, and I feel horrible for him too. Like, I mean, it seems like the conservatorship thing is like accurate, and that sucks for him because he even said like he wrote a book about his experience and everything, and he said like, oh, I'm like the one in a million. Like I had a rough life, I got adopted in this life, and it's like so sad. Like he truly thought like they were adopting him and bringing him into their family, and like. I mean, I guess to an extent they were, but it kind of seems like they're being a little shady about it.
Yeah,
like just using, and like you said, it goes against like the message in the movie. Like she in the movie like fights for him and says like, I just care about this kid. Like I'm not in it for the money or like the looks of it. But it seems like she was. So I don't know. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people calling for like Sandra Bullock to return her. I think she won like an Oscar for that movie.
Yeah.
To like return the Oscar because of this recent news.
Yeah.
And like that's not the answer. I mean, she had nothing. Yeah. She had nothing to do with this. Like.
Right. I think it's silly. Like she just did her job, which was to act and portray this character, and like. I don't know. I think that's silly. Like she doesn't know.
Yeah,
she
like just... not like she knows the backstory of this family and the messed up ways that they. I don't know. Like she just did her job. So like, why would she go return? It's just
exactly. She did a phenomenal job. The movie's amazing, and I'll still watch it. But like,
I probably won't want to watch it. But besides the fact, because of the recent news, just because I've seen it like too many times already. Like I don't need to see that movie again ever in my like life. Now, if they want to make a documentary of this recent news and what actually happened, I'll probably will watch that.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I don't need to watch The Blind Side again. I watched too much of that.
That's
movie
true. It's not a lot
for my like lifetime. Okay, well, let's move on to X, aka Twitter. Of course, Elon Musk made the news about that app. I feel like he's almost trying to ruin it, even though he bought it for like $44 billion or something. So it's kind of odd. But he does some weird stuff. He says some weird stuff that he actually can't do. So, how about you go ahead and give us that recent news?
Yeah, I was gonna say the first thing I saw for X, it feels weird calling it that, but he is trying to make it a requirement where you have to like upload your like state ID to
like
have
why?
a profile. Yeah, exactly. Like why? But
I think he just wants to get rid of like troll accounts, maybe.
I think so. That's what people were saying. Like, oh, what are the trolls gonna do now and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Damn it! I didn't like the tweet, but I just saw something when I was scrolling through my timeline this morning. Damn it! That I think 42% of all Twitter accounts are following like no one or have no followers or something like that.
Seriously?
And about the same percentage like don't tweet, like never had like a tweet. So like maybe he's just trying to like weed out like the bot accounts and stuff like that. Yeah. So like I guess that would be the only way to prove you are a real person is if you include your ID, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird. Like, why would you scan your whole ID that has like your address?
Yeah, it's definitely a violation. I feel like of like personal info. Like, I feel like that's not right.
Right.
Like, I don't know what like if there's like a law out there that like prevents that. Like, I don't know what that law is, but it sounds just like not ethical
no,
to have to upload my like ID to go on a social media app.
Right.
It seems weird. Even though I feel like most apps already have our address too. I feel like I saw something with like IG and Facebook for like because you can like buy stuff off IG.
Yeah.
So you can put your address in there to get it like shipped to your like, house or something like that.
Well, same with like Snapchat. Like they know our location and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So maybe is it that weird? I don't know. I still feel like it's weird. And then he came out with I'm not sure. I don't remember if like it was a tweet or like the actual X account tweet this out, but like Elon Musk wants to remove the block feature, like to be able to block people.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, why would you do that?
Right.
It's like that feature is actually useful for a lot of toxic people out there. Like, we should be able to block people. It's kind of stupid that you would take that away from us. Yeah. And then, I guess, in order to put an app on Apple, Apple, like, what was it called?
Oh, like the App
Store and like the Google Play App Store.
Yeah.
A social media app needs to have the feature in order to like have the feature to block people.
Gotcha.
In order to have that app on their app stores.
Yeah.
So like he can't
even do that.
He can't remove it unless you remove that app from the app store, which would be basically killing the app because no one else would be able to like
get on it.
Yeah.
Unless you literally go.
There'll be no more new users basically.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So he can't do that.
Really weird.
I don't know what his rationale would be to even remove that feature.
I don't know either. You want to see my Twitter app? It still hasn't changed.
That's weird. Mine changed a couple weeks ago.
I haven't updated it. So.
That's probably why. You should just like sell your like phone with that, so you can sell it for like $3,000. I bet because it has the old Twitter app on there.
I know.
That's funny.
So weird. Too many changes.
It is. Okay. The Hawaii fires. We don't need to really go into like deep detail about it. We know what's going on. Thoughts and prayers out to them. It sucks. The pictures are crazy. The videos are crazy. I could imagine living on that like island. There's like a fire going on. Like that's beyond wild.
I know, it's crazy. I keep seeing videos of people sharing like when it like first started, like how they were able to safely get into just like shelter like right before it happened, and they're like it's like literally like raining fire. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. One of my boys, Raphael, shout out to him. He brought this up to me as like a good topic to talk about, which kind of want to segue to like if you are listening so far in this podcast episode, and if you listen to us often, reach out to us and let us know what type of topics you guys want to hear about or what we should talk about.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So we kind of market ourselves as like we know like the news and give you all recaps on it, but like we don't know everything that's going on because we're just two people,
right? And
there's stuff coming out every single day. So if there's a good topic, tell us, and maybe we should post some stuff on our like Spare Room IG page of like what topics should we talk about.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So shout out to my boy Ra for that. So I guess President Biden and the government they were sending a one-time payment of $700 to the victims of the Hawaii fires. And this topic kind of came to be because of the whole Ukraine-Russia war. And if this article was correct, I don't remember the source, I'm sorry. But up to this point right now, the U.S. has sent $113 billion worth of aid to Ukraine for the Ukraine-Russia war going on. So this kind of came up as like of course, this is like the normal United States thing. Like we care more about other countries than people in our own country. Yeah. Right. And stuff along those lines. I kind of steer away from the whole government talk and topics and whatnot, because people get, divided for that, and
very controversial.
And then we get like hate mail all the time on like TikTok whenever it brings up something up. I usually don't like talking about it. Yeah. But I just want to say, like, we're not here to pinpoint or take a side. We're just here to just like present the various opinions and thoughts that we've seen and kind of just like talk about it. Yeah. Right, we're not trying to persuade anyone any which way what they should think. It's just like, here are the facts. Boom, you decide what you want to do. Right. So with that being said, again, Biden, the government, sending $700 as a one-time payment to the victims of the Hawaii fires. We sent a bunch of aid to Ukraine. Mm-hmm. I don't know, because I was going through Twitter. And I was reading the comments, and I guess, like, when the government sends aid to a country, they don't necessarily send, like, money, like cash. Sure. But they send, like, old equipment or something like that. Okay. So I'm not sure how true that is. Again, like, I don't partake anything with the government, anything with the military. Like, I normally do not give an F about that stuff, really, which I probably should, but I just don't. So, again, if I'm wrong, don't come for my life. I'm just saying what I saw. So in that case, if that is true, right? If the United States usually send just old equipment or military equipment they don't use, or if they do use, but whatever, if they just give military equipment to another country and they just tie a dollar amount to that equipment, right? Is that this like? Should we fault them for only giving the victims of the Hawaii fire $700, right? Because it's not really apples. It's not like they're giving Ukraine $113 billion of like cash, right? So it'd be a little if that is true, like, again, they could be sending them buttloads of cash, but at the same time, like, I wouldn't know if, like, would cash help a country during a war? They probably want like equipment. Right. That's what I mean? Like, because you have to go buy the equipment the fight in this like war. So like, right. Would that really help? Like, exactly. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like my gut feeling is $700 is not enough. Obviously, I mean, thinking about those who lost their entire house, belongings, family members, right? I was more thinking lines of like stuff to like rebuy stuff, but for sure, those who lost their family members, that's like no amount of money could help that case out. But just taking the death toll side, just thinking of like the people's properties and like the cars and their belongings, like, sure, I'm not sure what the whole insurance aspect is like. For this type of case, the insurance company should probably just pay it out, but I don't know how it works in Hawaii. I don't know. I worked for State Farm for 2 years, so I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I should know more, but I don't. Every state is different for insurance stuff, so I don't know. So, but let's just say like insurance is not going to cover like all these houses that got burnt down and the cars and stuff for whatever reason. $700 is not going to do anything. Oh no, that's not going to get you. It might get you clothes, like if you have to buy new clothes or something, right? But you're not going to rebuild your house for that amount of money. You're not going to get a new car for that amount of money. I was going to say, it barely cuts it for a family like trying to buy groceries. Like groceries can be $200 to $300. Right? Okay, so like now you're down to $400 for what? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't.
seem right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what the dollar amount would be. I mean, like, you would need to give someone a lot of money to rebuild their house and get a new car and all that stuff.
Right.
Like, exactly. we're talking at least a couple $100,000.
For sure.
But I don't know. But yeah, again, not trying to sway anyone in any direction. Just hear the facts. You form your own opinion. Should the government be giving these victims of the Hawaii fires more and more money? I don't know. Right. Okay, so less of a heavy topic. The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's one of Brooke's favorite shows. She read the series.
Not the whole series. I only read the first book.
Okay, I only read the first book. How many books are there?
There's 3.
Okay, well, it sounds like you got some more reading to do. He's like, no, I'm watching the show.
The book was good. It was just a little cheesy.
The show is extremely cheesy.
Yeah, that's what the book's like the same. But after watching the first season, I told myself I'm not going to read any more of the books because the show is different. And like in season 2, there was some stuff that happened in the first book. So I don't think it's really following like the books. So I didn't love the book, so I'm like, well, I'll just watch the show then, I guess.
I can see why you didn't love the books, because I think this show is actually trash. But that's just my own opinion. I'm not the target our audience for this. I know this.
Definitely not. Well, I feel like I'm not even the audience. I feel like it's like high school.
It's like beyond high school. It's like middle school type stuff. It's so bad. With that being said, I am not Team Belly at all. She is a snake. Don't ask me any other details. Only watched a few episodes, but she is a snake.
I was gonna say, listen to this guy. He didn't even want to watch the show, and now I got him saying, no, I'm not Team Belly either. Like, okay, I see a bunch of people talking. Team Jeremiah, Team Conrad, and at first I was Team Jeremiah. Not gonna lie, because Conrad did her dirty. Sorry, spoilers. We're going to be saying some spoilers. The season's over now. Catch up. Okay, anyways. I was Team Jeremiah. Conrad did her dirty, right? Belly had been in love with him forever since she was younger. So, and then when they finally dated, right, she's in love with this man. But he could not commit, right? I don't know why. He's just like that. But then, like, Jeremiah, he's always been there. He's funny. He's like almost like a brother to her. So then that's why it's like a little bit weird, but like he's more personable. Like he cares about her. He's friendly. He's always around, like there for her, including her when they're doing their little boy stuff, right? Like he's the ideal one for her. But then, what were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. I'll wait.
But then now towards the end, I don't know. I'm kind of moving towards Team Conrad, also because let's think about this, right? Belly was dating him, right? Then she's gonna go turn around and date his brother?
Yes.
How messed up is that crap?
Okay, so that's exactly what the show can be summed up in like one sentence. It's like two brothers are... Well, yeah, two brothers are going after the same girl, and that one girl is going after like the two brothers. Like that's how stupid this show is. I'm like, what is going on? Like in real life, I feel like this has happened at some point in real life. Probably. It probably has, but more cases than not, like just move on to someone else. Like the brother would not like openly try to go with like his brother's ex-girlfriend, right? Like that's so messed up in like every single like level, and like this show is just awful. But somehow people like love it, and I just don't see it.
No, for real. But yeah, towards the end, like the last episode, like he still says he like cares about her.
Which one, Jeremiah or Conrad?
Conrad.
Okay.
Because Jeremiah and Belly are like
they're like a thing now.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They keep going crazy at it. And it's just wild. Like Conrad's like, I still have feelings for you, and like they got the house now, and at the end like he was setting up Belly's room first. Like that man in love with her still, and like his brother is all up in her grill.
That is
like
I don't know. This show's so bad.
I don't know. So now I'm like, okay, now I'm kind of mad at Jeremiah. Like. Because then the more you think about it, I mean, the whole time we both were like, well, we're not Team Belly because this girl just playing games with both of them.
She's literally a homie hopper. And then like the brothers are lame too. It's like, bro, why are you going after your brother's ex-girl?
Right. No, in Jeremiah, I'd be like, I always cared about her. I'm like, oh gosh. It's like, I'm like, okay. I can't. Now I'm unwell.
I can't. So, that show hurts my head to watch. I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes of the entire series because I didn't watch any of season 1.
No, yeah.
And season 2 is out right now, and I just came like I think you're watching it out in the living room. Yeah, I think you were watching one day, and I just came out and just like was watching it with you. And I was like, I already hate the show. Yeah. So okay. So that's and then are you still want to talk about you're good?
No. Okay. That's all.
We're trying to move fast here because that's our goal to be under 45 minutes for every episode now. Because sometimes you get really long-winded and
sorry, what was going on?
We're trying to make it a better experience for you all out there.
Yes.
Okay. Only Murders in the Building season 3. 3. Just came out on Hulu. They're doing the 1 episode a week BS, so you can't binge watch it yet. Not sure. We won't really spoil it. I think the news we want to bring up is it's out there.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, it is a good show.
Yeah.
You're in a good spot because you can binge watch the first 2 seasons, and it's a pretty good show. I'm not sure how I feel about season 3 so far, but the storyline is always pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez is great in it. Meryl Streep's in season 3.
Yeah, Paul Rudd
was in it for a little bit.
Yeah, well, he'll be hanging out. You'll see.
Yeah, but it's good. It's a good show. I got nothing to say besides that right now, other than I hate this trend with streaming services and putting out 1 episode a week. I think it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, totally.
Because I wanna binge watch it.
Same.
You're hurting my experience, Hulu, by not letting me do that. So
exactly.
So whatever.
No, but yeah, if you like murder mystery, you'll like the show. I would say, like right now, I mean, I feel like it's like this because the suspense has to build up, like in any sort of like murder mystery, because trying to figure out the murderer. But it's a little slow moving, but like you said, like the storyline is good, and I kind of like to really dive in and see if I can pinpoint who it is, because kind of once you find out at the end, there's like Easter eggs you can kind of see in there, like them kind of revealing like who the murderer is. So I like that part.
It's always a big plot twist too.
Yeah,
awesome. Something you don't normally see, like coming up and it happens. Like, damn, how did I not like see that? And there'd be like signs of the entire series if you like, or entire season if you go back and watch it. It's like, oh, it was so obvious, but I didn't see it. So that stuff is fun.
Yes.
The last topic for today, Adult Swim released a teaser trailer of season 7 of Rick and Morty. It's one of my favorite shows, and the news is the premiere date will be released sometime in the upcoming week of when season 7 will be coming out. It's actually kind of shocking to me that season 7 is coming out relatively soon after season 6 did, because there was a lot of, let's just say the show was in murky waters after the news surrounding co-creator Justin Roiland emerged earlier. I think it was earlier this year. I feel like time goes by so fast. It was earlier this year.
Okay.
He was arrested for domestic assault back in 2020, and although the charges were dropped, he was still fired by Adult Swim. And the reason why I was kind of surprised that season 7 is coming out relatively sooner rather than later is because Justin Roiland, obviously, he's co-creator, and he also voices a lot of the characters, like helps with the writing first.
Yeah. And
then he voices Rick and Morty and a bunch of other characters in like the show.
Oh, wow.
So they will have to go out and hire new full-time voice actors to make up for the loss of Justin Roiland, and he played a vital part in the show. So that's the other aspect, like what if like the creative direction is different and stuff like that. So I didn't think season 7 will come out as soon as it will. I mean, they haven't released the premiere date yet, but you would think it'll be sometime in 2023 if they're putting it out now.
Probably.
Maybe they could put out 2024.
Yeah, we have to say next year.
I know they haven't really been able to hire anyone. I don't think, unless they hired a group of voice actors or one voice actor who is as talented as Justin Roiland to do multiple characters before the actor strike.
Oh,
the strike is still going on. So,
shoot.
and the teaser trailer, they didn't have any new content. It was reused clips.
Gotcha.
So, like, that kind of tells me that they don't really have a plan yet.
Right. I was going to say it's probably not ready or anything.
So maybe the season 7 won't come out until 2024. Maybe I'm just wrong about that. Maybe it won't be as soon as I think it will be. If they don't have, because if they don't have the crew in place, the staff in place, how can you make the season?
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
True.
But people on X/Twitter are divided because you have one group saying, I'm not going to watch season 7 until Justin Roiland comes back and he was fired when he didn't do anything. The charges were dropped, blah, blah, blah. Sure. And then you have one half saying, I really don't care. I'm going to watch it, whatever. Yeah. Which I'm in the latter camp. I'm going to watch it regardless of who's voice acting or whatever. If it's like good, I hope it's, and that's what kind of the other, I don't know, crew of the Rick and Morty show said is like, they're going to find sound-alikes. So it's not going to be exactly the same, but pretty damn close.
Kind of like SpongeBob.
Kind of like SpongeBob.
Because then they hire someone else, right?
Maybe.
And then,
I don't know.
Like, it sounded pretty much the same, but not exactly.
Yeah. So as long as it's still good, like, as long as it's not super completely different,
right?
I'm still going to enjoy it. But it is going to be a little bit weird because Rick and Morty is one of my favorite shows. So, like, it's going to be a little bit different, but I don't know. So,
we'll see.
So that's the news around that. Season 7, Rick and Morty premiere date will be coming out shortly in the next week.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I think we did. I think we're under 45 minutes.
Slay, we did it.
Yeah.
Hopefully all this news was good for you guys.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the recap of the news you should know. Again, if you have any ideas what we should talk about next podcast, hit us up. We probably should do like a poll on like Insta, so it's easier for you all to give us your ideas. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, follow us wherever you see this video. It goes a long ways.
Yes.
Well, this episode
24.
Episode 24. So we're almost a quarter of 100. It's cool. That's cool. But all right, I'll stop rambling. Hope you all enjoyed this. We'll try to be better next week. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.